All right, what is up, dudes? It is your excellent friend, the Brand, here from Taking Back DFS. Want to thank you very much for joining me. It is October 18th, 2018, and we have our day 3 of NBA slates today. Like I said, thank you very much for joining me. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And while you're at it, go ahead and head on over to fantasywarriornation.com, fanwarriornation.com. We've got all kinds of great stuff up there. Got some hockey popping off, NBA, NFL stuff. Get yourself a free membership for 30 days. Use my code NBAFREE and get yourself hooked up over there. Like I said, thank you for being here. Today we have a 3-game slate, so I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time with like theory and all that stuff. Just going to kind of give you guys the slow and skinny of it. We're going to do Draftkings and Fanduel in this video since it's a small slate. It's should be pretty much universal either way. As far as picks anyway, and then we can delve a little bit deeper as we go. All right, so if you look at the slate overall, big pay up numbers here for LeBron, Embiid, Simmons. We saw Simmons go off the other night against Boston. I was on Embiid more than Simmons. But Simmons ended up having the better game. It's just kind of one of those things that happens. Very, very interesting to note. I want to just say right off the top of the bat, I want to tell you guys this before we get any further. LeBron James at 10.8. I'm not going to tell anybody to fade anybody, but my case for this is, you can go back and look, right? Last year, at least, I know for certain, I'm not sure how far this dates back, but when LeBron was with Cleveland and the Cavaliers would come to town, which, maybe happened like once last year, right? When they would come into Portland, I'm an Oregonian, all right? So, I watch Blazer basketball kind of like, as a religion. So, yeah, basically what's going to end up happening here is now there's all this talk about Harkless, how many minutes he's going to get. He's probably going to be on a minutes restriction, that sort of a thing. Forget all about Harkless here. My point is, and I'm just going to spit it out right here, LeBron James against Al-Farouq Aminu is not a matchup where I don't think you want to go there today. Okay, I'm just going to say this right now. I don't see LeBron hitting 60 points against Aminu. I just don't see it happening, okay? Especially going into Portland and all that stuff. Aminu should be the one that's kind of given that job to cover LeBron tonight. So I can't say that I recommend LeBron at all. So with that being said, where do we go from here? Lineup-wise, there's a lot of decisions we got to make, right? A couple things I want to point out here off the top of the bat as well. Miami is on a back-to-back. All right, so they played last night. They're very short-handed as it is. You just look at their roster up and down here. Johnson, of course, Waiters isn't quite ready to go yet. He'll probably, hopefully, trot out there the next game. Winslow, Ellington, these guys are like not playing. I really wish DraftKings would update their NBA stats. Maybe they could hire me to do that. So we could actually look at like what he did in the game last night, which wasn't much. But so that's the thing. I was on White's side yesterday. He ended up playing like 40-something minutes. Bam played like 20-something. The guy kind of out on the outside looking in last night was Olenek. He was like 15 minutes or like 12 minutes or something like ridiculously low like that. So with this being a back-to-back, I'm pretty much thinking Olenek is kind of like a lock. His price is a little bit more than I would like at this juncture, but I like it still. You know what I mean? I wish he was down like at least sub 6K, if not lower. But I think he definitely finds his way to like, 20, 25 minutes tonight. So that's somewhere where I'm looking. Miami in of itself, we just kind of have to wait and see what's going on. But there's a lot of value here. Dragic should still play significant amount of time because they need him to. We might see more Dwayne Wade tonight than we did last night, so that's just kind of another thing to look out for. Magruder had a really good game yesterday. So with Miami, we might want to take a deeper look at guessing some of those minutes. Other than that, though, as far as how this matches up, I think we can go back to the well with Embiid and Simmons with this. The other night against Boston, who were like a tough defensive team, Ben Simmons was still able to ball out. I think he hit like a triple-double, like 60 points on Draftkings. Embiid had a pretty good game as well. I think he like almost crept into like double-double territory if he didn't hit it. He was in like the high 40s, like almost 50 points. So he didn't quite hit the 6X that we wanted, but he got dang close. So I think we could definitely go back to the well here. Home opener, and Chicago is a mess. They were a mess last year. They're going to be a mess this year, especially down front. They've got some good guys that can move the ball and create movement and all that stuff. They've got some great young players, but I think just overall we see quite a bit of dominance from Philly here. Also, wouldn't shy away from a guy like Fultz. I know he really disappointed us a couple nights ago, but he should get even more time tonight. In fact, I'm confident that he will, and I'm confident that he'll actually be able to get out there and do some things against this Chicago team. So at 4,500, he's someone who I'm kind of, if we just go with this like Philly stack here, that sets us up pretty well. You know what I mean? Leaves us about $5,000 for all of our other spots. So that's definitely a core that I'm looking at as well. And then again, also want to mention here real quick, Lillard and McCollum at home against LA. Basically for them to have any kind of a shot against, Ball and LeBron, Lillard and McCollum have got to get going, and they got to, be hitting shots and all that good stuff. So I really like them. Nurkic, even at his price too, against LA, just really kind of really interests me. On the other side of that, LA doesn't really have, much of anybody. That 5 position is going to be kind of between these few guys. On the flip side of that, makes McGee a decent play, I think, as well. But I think Nurkic, of course, you get the higher upside with him. And, God, Lonzo Ball at just 5,400, you know what I mean? Now that he has LeBron to pass it to and get those assists there, and they kind of kick it back and forth. Even if he plays limited minutes, somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes, which I haven't heard that, he should be a full go, I would think, for this season opener here for them. So at 5,400, I think that's just kind of a stupid low price as far as he goes. So that's some stuff to consider over there on DraftKings. If we flip the script over here on FanDuel, we see it setting up very, very similarly. You got Lonzo here at 6,600, which, $1,200 more, but, it's all relative to the site and all that stuff. Of course, FanDuel, they're making it a little bit more different to get our Simmons Embiid stack, but I think that's just honestly where we're going to have to go, right? I just don't really see it playing out any other way. And then we can, that gives us a little bit of room. We can throw Lonzo in here. And, Fultz is decently priced, but he's still, we're going to have to open up some value really to, to make a lineup like this work. That's the thing, we're kind of, we're paying up to get that upside with Simmons and Embiid. We're very, very confident that they're going to have that type of high upside game that we really, really want. So, Olenek, about the same price over here. So we throw him in there. We're left with 5,100 per dude. And you could round this out, nicely well. Evan Turner should see some significant run tonight because, he'll start at the 3, and we'll probably also see him at times come in for McCollum at the 2. And I just think this is going to be, very high-paced matchup between those two teams. So somebody like that, even though he's their most low-rent starter, to get a starter at that price, I just really like the way he matches up as far as that goes. From there, also something to keep in mind over on DraftKings as well. If we're going to run it back with somebody from Chicago, there's some definite interest here from me for a few guys. Justin Holiday should see the court a lot because there's guys out. Chris Dunn is out. We also have, let's see here, Zach LaVine. Oh, wait, no, it's Denzel Valentine is who it is. He's out. Ain't going to be playing. No Markkanen either. So that makes a guy like Bobby Portis very, very interesting on the other end of that. I don't know if we see any of these guys here besides Lopez. So, Lopez might, if you really want to go at it, even though he's going to get dominated by Embiid most of the time, he's going to fall into some opportunity at the 4,400 mark, and with the minutes and everything, could go ahead and sneak up into the 20-point range. So that just kind of gives us some stuff to think about. For more analysis and insight, make sure you head on over to fanwarriornation.com. I can't stress it enough. Use the promo code NBA free. Get yourself hooked up with a free month of membership, and you have access to all the articles, all the tools that we have over there. You get access to our Slack, which, you know, great advice from guys that win money every single night. So I highly, highly recommend it. That way you can kind of take the plays that I've given you here, combine them and correlate them and run them, and hopefully bust out with some cash. Like I mentioned the other night, it is a small slate, so we got to be right on tonight, you know, if we want that big money. So open up your minds. Go ahead and check it out over there. Once again, fanwarriornation.com, promo code NBA free, and you get yourself hooked up. We'll have articles that come out, you know, throughout the day and give advice and all that good stuff. Also, if you didn't catch it at the beginning of the video, please, people, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, like the video, all that good stuff. All that stuff helps me out. See, I help you out, you help me out. It's a good thing, you know. We're both benefiting from this relationship. I want to say thank you so much to everyone that subscribed so far. I just hit over 100 subscribers this week, which is amazing. You know, the channel wasn't active for a few months there while I had a bunch of crazy life stuff going on. But that is no more, folks. All right? I am here. I am here for the duration. So you can feel confident. You can feel great by signing up and subscribing to the channel. That way you get access to all the videos, including exclusive videos and stuff like that. So once again, thank you very much for joining me. Good luck out there, everyone, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time.